Are you bipolar or is it BPD? A lot of people get diagnosed with cyclothymia when they actually have borderline personality disorder. Today, I'm going to show you the one major difference so you can get the right help because the treatments are similar but also quite different. So both cyclothymia and borderline personality disorder, or BPD, involve those emotional ups and downs. But the engine that drives those shifts is very different. So in clinical terms, cyclothymia is a mood disorder, while BPD is a personality disorder. So we're going to unpack that in terms of the core difference, the timing of the mood swings, and the stability of the self. All three of those are relevant in making the diagnosis and ferreting out which one is going on. So the core difference. Cyclothymia is a milder form of bipolar disorder, which is a mood disorder. It's like the weather. It changes whether you want it to or not. You might feel high for 3 days and low for a week. These shifts often happen regardless of what's going on in your life. But BPD is reactive, so the mood changes are triggered by external events. That usually involves relationships, perceived rejection, or maybe a threat to your self-image. If your mood swings from 0 to 100 because someone didn't text you back, but then swings back to 0 the moment they call, that's not a mood cycle. That's emotional dysregulation. So think of cyclothymia as the fuel in the tank of your car. Sometimes you have too much, which is hypomania. Sometimes you have none, which is depression. Whereas BPD is the driver and the brakes. So you have this Ferrari engine raring to go, but because of your history, your brakes, which is the prefrontal cortex that we've talked about before, fail when you feel rejected. The next thing to consider is the timing of the mood swings. So in terms of duration, cyclothymia has highs or lows that usually last for days or weeks at a time. In BPD, shifts happen in minutes or hours. When it comes to triggers in cyclothymia, they can be random or seasonal, not always linked to an event. But in BPD, an episode is usually triggered by a perceived threat in an interpersonal interaction. Then there's the high. So in cyclothymia, it's called hypomania, and it's generally this feeling of I can conquer the world or something similar to that. In BPD, the high is different. It feels like intense relief, maybe euphoria, or even a favorite person obsession. The third area when you're trying to ferret this out is the stability of the self. So in cyclothymia, your personality usually remains the same, but your energy levels change. In BPD, the sense of self is often unstable. So you might feel like a completely different person depending on who you're with or how you feel that day. Now, when it comes to treatment approaches, cyclothymia usually requires what we call a bottom-up approach, often starting with mood stabilizers to sort of start to level out the biological highs and lows. BPD, while medications can be helpful, usually requires a top-down approach, focusing on DBT, dialectical behavior therapy, to build those emotional brakes, maybe psychodynamic therapy to dig into family history and make some connections. Either way, getting the right diagnosis is the first step to building a life worth living. So if you're tired of the roller coaster and you want to learn how to master your emotional brakes, I'd love for you to check out our community. We do deep dives into emotional issues every week in my TikTok BPD skills group. Just tap the link in my profile for a 7-day free trial. Stay or go when that time is up. No problem, no hard feelings. Just check it out and see if it works for you.